The winter winds howled across the endless plains of New Mexico territory. Snow whipped against the wooden walls of small cabins, and the sky was a gray blur. Amidst the storm, a young Apache woman named Kaya wrapped herself tightly in a fur cloak, listening to distant cries carried by the wind. Kaya followed the sound of the desperate wails through deep snowdrifts. She soon discovered a small bundle half buried near a frozen creek. It was a Comanche infant, shivering and pale from exposure. Her heart raced, but she knew she had to act quickly. With careful hands, Kaya lifted the baby and tucked it against her chest, feeling its tiny heartbeat flutter against her own. The snow fell harder, covering the footprints behind her. She trudged through knee-deep drifts, her breath visible in the icy air. Survival depended on speed and warmth. Inside her cabin, Kaya lit a fire and wrapped the baby in thick blankets. She prepared warm milk and soothed the child with gentle humming. Hours passed as the storm raged outside, but inside, the cabin glowed with warmth and safety. The baby began to relax in her car. Kaya knew the plains were dangerous. Bandits, harsh winters, and rival tribes made survival difficult. Yet she refused to abandon the child. Her compassion outweighed fear. Protecting the Comanche baby became a matter of honor, bridging the distance between her Apache roots and the child's tribe. By the next morning, word of the rescue began to spread. Nearby travelers, merchants, and scouts whispered about the courageous Apache woman who had risked her life to save a Comanche infant. The story grew, fueled by admiration and curiosity, reaching far beyond the small settlement. 3 days later, Kaya heard a distant sound of drums and hoofbeats. She stepped outside and saw a remarkable sight. Over 100 Comanche warriors, riding in unison, approaching her cabin across the snow-covered plains. Their leader, a tall man with a feathered headdress, gestured for her to wait. The Comanche leader dismounted and approached Kaya carefully. He bowed his head slightly. "You saved the life of one of our youngest," he said. "For this act, you have our respect and gratitude." Kaya's cheeks flushed with humility. She had acted out of instinct, not for recognition. The warriors set up camp outside Kaya's cabin, sharing provisions and offering gifts of food, furs, and supplies. They celebrated the child's survival, praising Kaya's bravery and quick thinking. Snow swirled around them, but the warmth of human gratitude filled the cold air more than any fire could. Over the next days, Kaya spent time with the Comanche leaders and learned about their customs. Despite differences between Apache and Comanche tribes, mutual respect and humanity bridged the gap. She realized that courage and compassion could foster alliances in even the harshest conditions. The Comanche elders insisted that the child be returned to their care, but they allowed Kaya to remain close. She became a trusted guardian and friend, invited to future tribal gatherings. The baby's survival created bonds that neither tribe could ignore, forming new paths of trust. Word of Kaya's heroism spread to nearby settlements and ranches. She was celebrated not only as a brave Apache woman, but as a symbol of courage across the frontier. Her name was spoken with admiration, a reminder that a single act of kindness could ripple across the plains. Kaya's story became a tale told around campfires and trading posts. Travelers recounted the storm, the baby, and the 100 warriors who came to honor her bravery. Children listened wide-eyed, inspired by the strength and courage of a woman who risked everything to protect an innocent life. As spring approached, the snow melted and the plains came alive with life again. Kaya continued her daily routines, yet the memory of the snowstorm and the infant she saved remained vivid. The Comanche leaders visited often, keeping promises of friendship and guidance. Kaya's act of heroism reminded everyone that even in a harsh, unforgiving land, courage and kindness could shine. Her story became part of the legend of the American West, a tale of survival, bravery, and the unexpected connections that could be formed in the most dangerous circumstances. For the Comanche tribe, Kaya was a symbol of hope and honor. For the Apache people, she represented the strength of their women. And for travelers along the frontier, she became a reminder that humanity often mattered more than the harsh winter or the endless desert plains. The baby grew healthy under the care of both tribes, a living reminder of Kaya's bravery. Peaceful exchanges between Apache and Comanche became more frequent, fostering understanding and cooperation. It was a rare gift in a time often defined by conflict and mistrust. Kaya's cabin became a safe haven for travelers and lost children alike. People from both tribes sought her guidance and aid. Her actions proved that the frontier, though wild and unforgiving, could also be a place of extraordinary humanity. Years later, people still told the story of the snowstorm and the baby. They recounted how a single act of courage brought together over 100 warriors in gratitude, changing the lives of many and leaving a mark on the history of the plains. Kaya remained humble, never seeking praise. Yet history remembered her, the Apache woman who braved the snow, saved a life, and inspired unity. Her story became a timeless legend, proving that one person's bravery could echo across the plains, warming hearts long after the winter snow had melted.